Azerbaijan has suddenly discovered minority rights, but not within its own borders. Instead, in a striking diplomatic pivot, Baku allowed the Pakistani embassy to host a Kashmir Solidarity Day event on February 5th. Pakistan's ambassador to Azerbaijan, Qasim Mohiuddin, repeated familiar allegations against India, reaffirming Islamabad's so-called unwavering support for Kashmir's self-determination. But that was only half the story. Just days earlier, Baku hosted something even more provocative, a conference that openly amplified the Khalistani narrative. The event was organized by a little-known platform called the Baku Initiative Group. It claimed to discuss minority rights in India. In reality, it featured representatives from Khalistani outfits such as Sikh Federation International, and even Pakistan's Minority Affairs Minister Ramesh Singh Arora, misleadingly introduced in Azerbaijani media as a minister from India's Punjab. The conference went further. It openly called for international backing for a separate Khalistani state. The irony is hard to miss. Azerbaijan is hardly a model of pluralism. It is an autocratic system dominated by President Ilham Aliyev and his family. Elections in 2024 were criticized by international observers as stifling dissent and lacking genuine competition. In fact, the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe refused to ratify Azerbaijan's credentials, citing serious concerns over human rights, judicial independence, and free elections. And then there is Nagorno-Karabakh. In the 2020 war, Azerbaijan wrestled control of the disputed enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh from Armenia. It has since faced allegations of ethnic cleansing and war crimes, charges Baku denies, but which continues to shadow its record. So, why highlight discrimination in India? One explanation is geopolitical payback. India has deepened defense ties with Armenia. Baku has watched that partnership with unease. There is also friction over Azerbaijan's alleged frustration that India blocked its entry into the Shanghai Cooperation Council last year. And then comes the Khalistan angle. The Khalistani movement has been steadily losing ground in traditional hubs like Canada and the UK. Is Azerbaijan now emerging as a new permissive platform? Pakistan, long accused by India of backing Khalistani elements, is a close ally of Baku. With limited press freedom and little domestic dissent, Azerbaijan offers a stage where such narratives face no pushback. Perhaps Baku feels emboldened. It has secured major geopolitical wins. It has strengthened ties with Turkey. It signed a new strategic partnership with the United States this week during the visit of Vice President J.D. Vance. It is expanding connectivity through the Zangezur corridor, rebranded the Trump route for peace and prosperity. But Baku should not mistake India's restraint for weakness. Azerbaijan saw a 30% drop in Indian tourist arrivals in 2025, according to its own tourism board, a financial signal that political gestures have consequences. The question now is simple. Is Azerbaijan willing to jeopardize relations with an emerging global power for short-term signaling, or will it recalibrate before this diplomatic experiment turns into a strategic miscalculation? With Rudrashish Kanjilal, Bureau Report, India Today Global.